The movie we viewed for our History of Motion Picture Music presentation was Batman's The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan.
The Dark Knight was released on July 15th of 2008 and starred Christian Bale as Batman and Heath Ledger as the Joker.
The film soundtrack was composed by original Batman Begins collaborators Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard.
The soundtrack included many memorable moments, from eerie sounds to increasingly loud drums to deafening silences.
Let's watch and listen to this clip from The Dark Knight.
Got a problem? No, I'm done here.
Obviously, we don't want you doing anything with your hands other than holding on to your life.
If you listen to the drums in that clip, then you would have noticed that the constant crescendo from the drums intensifies the pace of the action.
In addition to the drums, you hear this steady ostinato, which adds to the continuity of the whole scene. In this next clip, the ostinato continues, but now layered on top of it is the Batman theme as he's introduced for the first time.
And as Batman appears, you'll notice that very low notes come in, and you get a very superhero-y vibe, like when he gets introduced in order to recognize that he's coming onto the screen.
Mr. Mayor, you were elected in a campaign to clean up the city. When are you going to start?
Well, Mike, I believe I already have.
Like the so-called Batman, we're hearing that he's doing some good, that criminals are running scared, but I say no.
Nah, man. I don't like it tonight. What are you, superstitious? You got more chance of winning the Powerball than running into him.
No, that's simply just not true. I'm told that our men in the major crimes unit are close to
It
an
works.
arrest.
Mayor says you're closing in on the Batman.
The
Investigation is ongoing.
The process of cleaning up the streets is a long one. I pledged in my campaign to have...
Ever intending to see your wife again, Lieutenant?
I thought you had to go look after your mother, Detective.
Checked you back into the hospital.
I'm sorry.
So he hasn't shown up?
He often does.
What you just heard was the Batman leitmotif, which appears whenever Batman comes on screen. But in the next clip, we're going to show the leitmotif for the Joker, which appears whenever he comes on screen.
And the Joker's leitmotif consists of basically just a violin chord, and whenever the Joker's plotting and scheming, you hear this chord crescendo, and there's dissonance added, and the pitch gets increasingly higher and higher, and it adds this element of intensity.
Well, you look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them? Come here. Hey. Look at me. So I had a wife. Beautiful. Like you. Who tells me I worry too much? Who tells me I ought to smile more? Who gambles and gets in deep with the sharks? Me. One day they carve her face. We have no money for surgeries. She can't take it. I just want to see her smile again.
The Joker identifies himself as an agent of chaos, and so the fact that his leitmotif isn't something that's very steady, and it's just that violin chord that's very dissonant and chaotic, helps to really identify the Joker as that character of chaos.
So here's another example of the Joker's leitmotif, just to represent that it is constantly shown throughout the film whenever he's in the picture.
A choice. Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be. You have nothing to threaten me with. Nothing to do with all your strength. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you where they are. Both of them. And that's the point. You'll have to choose.
this next clip, the Joker has given two boats the option to blow up the other, and his leitmotif plays in the background as he's waiting for his explosion and his plan to unfoil.
So what happens then is that the Joker's plan ultimately fails because neither boat is willing to blow up the other. So as he realizes this and we see that he has lost, the dissonance kind of escapes from that chord, and instead you get those full tones that represent the Batman theme.
Just showing that the Batman will probably win this fight.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise we'll miss the fireworks. There won't be any fireworks. And here we go. What were you trying to prove? That deep down, everyone's as ugly as you. You're alone.
This next scene is one of the most iconic scenes in The Dark Knight, and that is the hospital scene between the Joker and Harvey Dent. And one of the surprising things about this scene is that there really isn't much or any music going on in the background, so this really shows the importance of silence in the film.
Yeah, so silence takes a big part in the scene, especially because you don't know what's going to happen next. So if there was music, it would play a key element in warning you what would happen and what decision Harvey would make. But because there's no music, you don't know what's going to happen. It adds to the drama and the anticipation of the film.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. You know, I just do things. The mob has plans. The cops have plans. Gordon's got plans. You know, they're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds. I'm not a schemer. I try to show the schemers how pathetic their attempts to control things really are. So, when I say, come here, when I say that you and your girlfriend was nothing personal, you know that I'm telling the truth.
In this final scene, Harvey shoots Batman, and he threatens to shoot a child as well. And the tones in it are very low and dissonant and minor. But then when the Batman comes back and recovers, his leitmotif comes back and to represent that he's about to win over Harvey.
Because who lives and dies in this scene is totally up to chance, it's Harvey flipping a coin, it really sets kind of a hopeless tone, and that's why everything's in such a low minor key. And then when Batman does come back in, it resumes the kind of hopeful, steady motif that has accompanied him.
My turn.
Harvey, you're right. Rachel's death was my fault. Please don't punish the boy. Please punish me.
I'm about to. Tell your boy's gonna be alright, Gordon. Lie. Like I lied.
It's going to be all right, son.
So in conclusion, we feel that the score of this movie really added to the emotion and to the overall continuity of the film.
Yeah, all the soundtrack was an excellent score, and we tip our hats to Hans Zimmer. Thank you. That's it.
Thanks for watching!
Bye.